Today we're taking a look at a line of speakers that have been a favorite here at Audio Advice, and Klipsch just took them to a completely different level. It's the all-new the Fives Mark II, the Sevens Mark II, and the Nines Mark II. Now, we've got an early look at these and we put them through their paces in our lab, and we're pretty excited about what they've done. Hopefully, after this video, you'll have a pretty good idea if one of these is the right fit for you. And if you want to support us here at Audio Advice, we offer free shipping, lifetime expert support, and also a price guarantee. So I'll leave links to all three of these speakers in the description down below. Now, when Klipsch launched the original The Fives back in 2020, we were immediately impressed with them. They were actually the first powered bookshelf speakers in the entire world to include HDMI ARC, which meant you could plug two bookshelf speakers directly into your TV with just a single cable and get proper stereo sound that outperformed almost any soundbar on the market, with the advantage of being able to use your TV remote for the volume itself. And that sound was pure Klipsch from the Fives, with that horn-loaded tweeter giving you speed, detail, and dynamics that powered speakers at that price just really couldn't touch. Then Klipsch followed them up with the Sevens and the Nines. They had the same DNA in them, the same HDMI ARC connection and the same Tractrix horn tweeter, but just scaled up two different sizes. The Sevens brought a 6.5-inch woofer and 200 watts. The Nines brought an 8-inch woofer with 240 watts and bass that reached down to 31 hertz. It made this lineup from Klipsch very easy to recommend since they had a size for pretty much everyone and they each performed so well at their price points. But there was one major thing that we thought that these models lacked a little bit, and that was Wi-Fi streaming. If you wanted higher audio quality than Bluetooth and you used something like AirPlay 2 or Chromecast Audio or Roon with those speakers, you had to add an external streamer to them. Well, the new Mark II models from Klipsch have added that and more. So let's talk about what's new. All right, the biggest story here with these new models is the partnership with Onkyo. Klipsch and Onkyo came under the same parent company in 2021, and what Klipsch did with that was really smart. They took Onkyo's AV receiver engineering and built it directly into these new speaker cabinets. The result is a speaker that does a lot of things you used to need separate equipment to do. You've got Dolby Atmos decoding, a full streaming platform, a built-in phono stage for your turntable, HDMI eARC for your TV, optical and coaxial inputs, and USB-C for even computer audio. Now, for a lot of people, this replaces a receiver, a streamer, and a phono preamp in one tidy package built into the speaker itself. That's why these new Mark IIs can do things that the originals never could. Now, on the acoustic side, every model gets a new single-piece BMC baffle. Now, BMC is a glass fiber reinforced thermoset composite that's denser and more rigid than MDF cabinets of the originals, which means less unwanted resonance bleeding into your great sound. The curved radius of that baffle is also meant to widen the soundstage by reducing diffraction around the entire tweeter. And the woofers are now Klipsch's jet cerametallic cones, a ceramic metallic composite that's lighter and stiffer than the old fiber composite cones. Now, these are so good that their actual reference Premier series uses this same exact tech. Now, we found that these give you a much tighter, more defined bass and a lot faster transient response with them. The tweeter remains a 1-inch titanium dome with Tractrix horn across all three models, and it sounds every bit as good as it always has. And like I said before, every model now has full Wi-Fi streaming built right in, so you can use AirPlay 2, Google Cast, Spotify Connect, Tidal Connect, Qobuz Connect, and they are even Roon ready. Every model also now has HDMI 2.1 with eARC, which is a big step up from the original HDMI ARC. For audio, that means uncompressed Dolby Atmos pass-through, better lip sync, and your TV remote controls the volume for you. And there's also a second HDMI 2.1 input that's also worth knowing about here. You can actually plug a console or a streaming box directly into that second input on the speakers instead of on your TV. The video passes through to your TV as normal, but the audio goes straight from your source to the speakers, bypassing the TV entirely and giving you full uncompressed audio without any limitations from your TV getting in the way, which is a super cool feature. Now, finally, every model gets Dolby Atmos, like I mentioned, with virtual height channels. Now, these are still two speaker stereo systems, so there are no actual overhead drivers or drivers facing upwards. What Dolby Atmos with virtual height channels means is that the DSP processes Atmos encoded audio and then creates the impression of height and surround information from those two speakers. We actually found this feature quite impressive with Dolby Atmos virtualization, and to us, it was better than a straight stereo down mix for movies and TV. Now in addition, every model also keeps the built-in phono stage, so you can plug your turntables straight in without needing a separate preamp. In addition, like I said, there's a USB-C audio input for computer playback if you want to use them on a desk setup, and optical and coaxial digital inputs for your other sources. Now high-res audio support is 24-bit 96 kHz across the board, and every model includes a subwoofer output for anyone who wants to add a sub to their system. Now the crossover for the sub output hands off to the sub at around 65 Hz, which Klipsch set specifically to get the best blend between the speakers and the sub. All right, now let's go model by model and talk about the differences in who each one is for. First up, the Fives II come in at $13.99 as of April 2026 a pair at launch and are the most compact of the three. They have a 5.25-inch jet cerametallic woofer, 1-inch titanium tweeter with the Tractrix horn, and the new single-piece BMC baffle. Total system output is 103 decibels SPL at 1 meter, which is a lot of output for a speaker at this size. Frequency response runs from 50 Hz to 25 kHz, and the finish options are ebony, walnut, or a new red oak with white baffle. But here's where the Fives Mark II differs from its siblings. It's the connection between the left and right speakers is wired only. There's no wireless inter-speaker link. However, to get the highest audio quality and the most stable connection, we typically still recommend connecting your speakers with the included wire anyways. But we know there are instances where going wireless between the two speakers would probably be preferable in certain setups. So if you do go with the Fives Mark II, just know that you will need to have a plan to connect both speakers together with the included cable. Plus, there is no Dirac live room correction that I'll talk about in a little bit. So those two things are the step-ups when you decide to move up the line here, and depending on your room and setup, they could be the deciding factor for you. Now, another thing I will note is that compared to the original Fives that were well under $1,000, depending on when you got them, the Fives Mark II at about $1,400 at launch is a significant price jump. But honestly, it makes total sense to us because it's a completely different product. You're going from Bluetooth only to full Wi-Fi with AirPlay 2 and Roon. You're going from HDMI ARC up to HDMI 2.1 with eARC with Atmos, and the new cerametallic woofer and BMC baffle make a clear acoustic difference over the originals. So if you love your original Fives but wish they had some of those features, we think it's well worth the upgrade here. However, you should keep in mind that these will still perform best in a small to maybe medium-sized room. We see them fitting well in maybe a secondary TV setup where you want sound that's better than your TV speakers or even better than most soundbars on the market today. Or these could also fit well in a small 2-channel setup or maybe right on your desk in an office. You'll get that famous Klipsch sound that's lively and really fun to listen to in a pretty compact package with all the features that you could really ever need built right in. Okay, next up, we step up to the Sevens Mark II that launch at $1,999 a pair as of April 2026. These have a 6.5-inch jet cerametallic woofer in a larger cabinet. Now, we always thought the original Sevens were sort of the sweet spot in this lineup, and the Sevens Mark II really do build on that. The two things that really separate the Sevens II from the Fives II, like I said before, are Dirac Live room correction and that wireless inner speaker link. So let's first start with Dirac Live, because this is an important feature that not only separates it from the Fives II, but really from the rest of the powered speakers on the entire market today. Now, Dirac Live isn't basic EQ. It's actually the same room correction technology found in really high-end AV receivers from Onkyo and others, and is one of the most powerful room correction software programs in the entire world today. And we know most people probably don't think about room correction when they go shopping for speakers. That's usually something that you're going to consider when maybe buying an AVR or even an integrated amp nowadays. But for speakers, you're probably thinking about things like how do they sound, what do they look like, and what's your budget. But your room is doing way more to what you're hearing than almost anything else. And Dirac Live takes a lot of those issues out of the equation that are in your room. Of course, it doesn't replace proper speaker placement or a well acoustically treated room, but it does help tune the system to your specific room for just a better overall experience. Now, there are two things worth knowing here. First, the version of Dirac Live that's included is limited bandwidth, meaning it corrects up to 500 Hz rather than the full frequency range. Now that's going to cover the bass region and the lower mid-range, which again is probably where most rooms have their worst problems, so for most people, it will make a significant difference just straight out of the box. Now second, you actually have two ways to run the calibration here. You can use the Klipsch Connect Plus app right on your mobile phone, which gives you a simple 3-position setup that walks you right through the entire process. But if you do want more control and you want to geek out a little bit and dive deeper, you can also use the Dirac Live app right on a PC or Mac, which opens up way more measurement positions and lets you adjust the target curve. Both are included with the license. But for most people, the phone app will probably be all they need. But again, it's good to know the option is there if you do want to dive deeper. And when you go to set up Dirac Live in the 7s or the 9s, you can see it's right here in the app. You can turn it on and off so you can test with whether you like it on or off, and you can actually see the difference. But it's pretty simple. You just hit this settings button and it will connect to the Dirac right into the app. You'll create a new filter here, and then this will walk you through everything in the app. It's going to have you take 3 easy measurements, and it's going to come with a microphone that you can see here. And it's good to have a tripod if you have a little tripod or something where you can set it up so you can easily place it in. And it's a pretty long cord, so you just plug one end in to the speaker and then the other end right on the tripod, and you can go ahead and take your measurements. Now, if you want a full bandwidth correction covering the entire frequency range, that is available as a paid upgrade directly from Dirac if you really do want to go that route. Now, you might be thinking Dirac Live is maybe overkill for these speakers and I don't even know how to work it. Well, the app works really well, and if you do want to go deeper and use that full experience, we actually have one of the most watched Dirac Live setup guides on YouTube that I'll link down below. It covers the PC and Mac app in great detail and walk you through the whole entire process step by step. Okay, so in addition to Dirac Live, all of these models come with an amazing app from Klipsch, and you have a lot of control in here. You can do things like change the volume right in the app, turn them on and off. You can also select which input you want it to be on in here as well. And then this is where you will control the Dirac Live from the app if you want to use the app-based version. And then in addition, you get an equalizer with some presets here, or you can go ahead and customize it yourself. And then you also have some adjustments, like you can have direct mode or music or movie. There's also a dynamic bass that you can turn on and off, a dialogue mode. So if you're watching a movie and you can't hear the dialogue, you can play with that and turn it up and down. You also have a night mode, so that will lower the bass a little bit so you don't disturb your neighbors or partners if they're sleeping and you're watching a movie. You can also have some custom inputs, so you can quickly just click on them and have them go right where you want. In addition, there are some settings, like in the settings where you can go left or right, which one your primary speaker is. So it will map which one your primary speaker is with the one that on the top has the volume knob on top. So I have mine on the right, so I keep it on the right. And then lip sync you can adjust, and you can turn on and off the function sounds, lower the LED brightness, auto power, and some other really great features. So the app has a ton of different things you can do in it, and it's not just your standard app. You have so many different options in here, as you can see. Now next, the optional wireless inner speaker link is what lets you run left and right speakers without a cable between them, which is really useful in rooms where routing a cable across the floor or over a doorway just isn't too practical. Now, when you use the wireless link, the maximum sample rate drops to 48 kilohertz, which covers all streaming services. But if you want to play 96 kilohertz high-res local files, we definitely recommend using a wired connection when possible. Again, the original 7s were just over $1,000, and the 7s Mark II are a significant price jump, but you're getting Onkyo electronics, Dolby Atmos, HDMI 2.1, full Wi-Fi streaming, Dirac Live room correction, wireless inner speaker capability, and the improved acoustic hardware. So if any of those features sound good to you, then it will be a perfect upgrade. Now, these will fit a medium-sized living room with ease, maybe even a little bit bigger room, and will be perfect way to integrate better sound for your TV that beats any soundbar on the market. And finally, the 9s Mark II is the flagship at $2,399 as of April 2026, and everything about it is bigger. 8-inch jet cerametallic woofer with a total system output of 107 decibels SPL at 1 meter, plus bass extension reaches 31 hertz, meaning that in a properly set up room, you won't feel like you're actually missing a subwoofer. Now, beyond the size, the Nines Mark II adds two things exclusive to this model. The first is DTS-X with Virtual X. All three models handle Dolby Atmos, but the Nines Mark II also decode DTS-X, which gives you full format compatibility for both major immersive audio standards. The second is balanced XLR inputs. For home studio users, this puts the Nines Mark II firmly in studio monitor territory, letting you connect professional grade sources the way you would any studio monitor. But it's also worth mentioning for anyone running longer cable runs, since balanced connections will reject noise and interference in a way that unbalanced connections just can't do. Now, if your source gear has balanced outputs and you're dealing with any kind of hum or interference, this is the speaker in the lineup that will solve that issue. Now, the Nines Mark II are the most substantial hardware upgrade. They have a much bigger woofer, they have deeper bass, they have higher output, DTS-X, XLR inputs, and it's gonna be the right choice for larger rooms or some serious home theater living room setups, or even home studio owners, or anyone who just needs that output level and won't compromise on format support. Now, as you can see, all three of these models are built to last with really great build quality. They look phenomenal in person, and they really do have some great weight behind them. Another thing that's worth mentioning here is you really need to make sure you get them properly set up in your room. We have a full video and article at audioadvice.com that details how to set up a 2-channel system, whether you're setting them up as a 2-channel system or maybe with your TV, to make sure you're getting the best sound quality from them. Make sure you get some high quality stands and they're properly positioned away from the wall and spread evenly, and then also make sure you're using that Dirac Live if it comes in the model you get, because it will really help tune these speakers to your room. In addition, they all come with grills that magnet right on the front that you can pop on and off, and all of the models right on the right hand side have a dial on the top and a button to switch inputs, so if you're right by your speakers, you can easily switch between inputs and change the volume that way instead of always having to pull out your phone or the remote. And speaking of remotes, it does come with a great remote that has all the buttons on it that you need, and I found it really easy to work in our testing. And overall, all three of these models just sounded phenomenal. They're huge steps up from the original lineup, and here at Audio Advice, I can see these being another great favorite. I'm betting that a lot of people here are gonna be taking a pair home and testing them out for themselves and not wanting to bring them back. I'll leave links down in the description below to all three of these, plus our full written article with all the spec comparisons to the originals if you wanna dive way deeper and there's something I didn't answer in this video for you. And if you have more questions, you can chat with us at audioadvice.com or call us, or just stop by one of our award-winning showrooms and leave a comment down below. Now, if you're ready to order and be the first to get yours through Audio Advice, you can use the links below. Now look, we've been testing these new models for quite a bit of time now, and we really can't find anything that we think that they could have done better with them. They're just outstanding. Now, they've been actually doing this for 80 years. The Klipsch horn is still in production. And so that kind of longevity doesn't just happen by accident. It happens because the core of what they do, the horn-loaded sound, that efficiency, the dynamics first philosophy, just keeps proving itself right. The 5s Mark II, 7s Mark II, and 9s Mark II are the best expression of that philosophy from Klipsch in a format that fits a lot more people's homes and a lot more people's budgets. And with this generation, they've closed the gap on everything that the originals were missing. Now, thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the like button if you found this video useful, and we'll see you in the next one.